our section of idiomatic expression. Idiomatic expression. Idiomatic expression, lesson 10. Idiomatic expressions are English expressions that have underlying meanings. You don't interpret them the way they are facially written. The way they are written at the surface level, they have underlying meanings. So we are continuing with that. This is our 10th series. And we're going to have the 11th series, which is the final series for idiomatic expression. Now, we have number 1, to burn the midnight oil. To burn the midnight oil. That means to work till very late at night. To work till very late at night. Oh, during the exam, students burn midnight oil. During my preparation for that interview, I burned my midnight oil. I burned the midnight oil to work till very late at night. Number 2, to buy a pig in a pork. In a pork. To buy a pig in a pork. That is to buy something one does not see. To buy something one does not see. As if you went to market and then they sealed what you want, the commodity you want to buy, and you buy it only for you to get home and discover that it's not good. Somebody will say, why did you buy a pig in a pork? Why do you buy something that you did not see? Why do you that is buying something one does not see? Maybe something outside the country and somebody, you have not seen it and somebody is negotiating for you to buy it. You have not seen it, then you buy it only to discover that it's not good. To buy a pig in a pork. To buy something that one does not see. Number 3, to be the bone of contention. To be the bone of contention. To be the subject of dispute or the subject of agreement. As if some people already say, please, what is the bone of contention? You are asking what is the subject of dispute? What is the subject of disagreement? What is the cause of it? What is the main matter of the dispute? The bone of contention, the subject of dispute or disagreement. Number 4, to read between the lines. To read between the lines. You have to read between the lines. When some people are saying something and then the others will say, please, what we are saying, you have to read between the lines. What that man said, you ought to read between the lines. What do you mean by that? To look for hidden meanings in what is written. Look for hidden. The meanings are, you have to look for hidden meanings in what is written. That is to read between the lines. Get the deep meaning of what is written. Number 5, to have an axe to grind. To have a private end to serve. Please, I think you have an axe to grind with me. If you do this, you are going to have an axe to grind with me. To have an axe to grind. To have a private end to serve. You say, my brother, I think the way you are taking this in, you have an axe to grind. To have a private end to serve. A selfish end, selfish motive in what you are doing. Number 6, to make one's hair stand on end. To make one's hair stand on end. To make one's hair stand on end. That is to frighten, to make the person afraid. Please, what you have said is making my hair to stand on end. Frightening me, making me to be afraid. To make one's hair stand on end. That is to frighten one. To make somebody to be afraid. Number 7, to be born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. Oh, James was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. That is to have a high social position or wealth from birth. Right from the, you were born in a rich family. You were born in a wealthy family. That is to be born with silver spoon in one's mouth. To have a high social position or wealth from birth. Number 8, to be the thin end of the wedge. To be the thin end of the wedge. What is that? To have something that leads unexpectedly to great development. You have something that leads unexpectedly to great development. To great development. That is to be the thin end of the age. That is my brother. I think you are the thin end of this age, of this wage. You are the thin end of the wage in your family. To have something that leads unexpectedly to great development. Number 9, to see eye to eye with, that is to agree. If I say, oh, you don't want to see eye to eye with me, that is, you don't want to agree with me. But if I say, please, you have to see eye to eye with me, you have to agree with me. You don't want to see eye to eye with me, you don't want to agree with me. To see eye to eye, to agree with. Number 10, to lose on the swings what one gains on the rounder. To lose on the swings what one gains on the rounder. It's like you are just moving up and down, running around only to start from where you began, only to come back from where you started. To end where one begins after ups and downs. To end where one begins. Where you started, after all you moving up and down, you come back to the same place you started. It's like you are making no development, you are making no improvement. You are making no progress. To lose on the swing what one gains on the rounder. That is to end where one begins after ups and downs. Let's go through that again quickly. To burn the midnight oil. To work till very late at night. Number 2, to buy a pig in a poke. That is to buy something one does not see. Like you don't see it, you buy. You did not see it and you buy. Number 3, to be the bone of contention, to be the subject of dispute. Number 4, to read between the lines. To look for hidden meanings in what is written. To try to understand deeper things from there. To have an axe to grind. To have a private end to serve. Number 6, to make one's head stand on end. To make one's head stand on end. To frighten one. To make somebody to be afraid. Number 7, to be born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. To have a social position and wealth from birth. You are born into a wealthy or rich family. Number 8, to be the thin end of the wage. To have something that leads unexpected to great development. Number 9, to see eye to eye with, to agree. Number 10, to lose on the swings what one gains on the rounder. To end where one begins after ups and downs. After ups and downs. That's why we are going to have our figurative expression today. Please join us as we get into the last session of figurative expression any moment from next week. Subscribe, share, and give us a thumbs up. We'll appreciate all your comments.